Welcome to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Today is Sunday, March 4th, 2018, and I am here with my beautiful co-host, Vanilla Swirls.
Oh, you're always so sweet to me. Hello, everyone.
Okay, now, what a show there is for you. We're going to be talking anatomy of the penis, just a brief go of it, and JelQing. What a treat for you men. Learn to go longer, have stronger orgasm, and even make your penis larger and thicker. Not that it's needed for the male listeners of Slave Nation.
That's right.
We know they're plenty endowed. So, now as you all remember, we ran over the show last week, just a little. We were talking about the slaves' duties and
the slave rules
and all that other stuff, and we got kind of long-winded. I know you're shocked.
What, us?
It happens. And so, which turned out to be a good thing because it took us a while to look into this. There was a lot more to the penis and edging and JelQing than you would ever expect. And, the edging kind of is like the JelQing. JelQing is such JelQing.
Yeah. So if we're butchering the word, we apologize.
Yes. So, well, reading up, I started to notice penis anatomy was needed, and then where to touch, not to touch, to make the process as pleasant and easy experience as possible with edging and JelQing, and then. The JelQing came up and we're like, JelQing,
what the heck is that?
Yeah. So we thought, gotta look into this, and we scrolled from one spot to the next, and so you're probably wondering what JelQing is, as we did, and you'll find out during the show. And then the whole thing became quite an adventure. We went from how am I going to make a whole show out of the edging to I might be able to make it through the whole show. So we now know more about the penis than we really need to. I mean, and we thought it was a good one because you guys, you think about your penis a lot.
A lot.
So we've got a good show coming up, and we're pretty excited about it. And we're gonna first start with penis anatomy. A brief overview.
Yeah. It's just, because the men listening know their parts.
They do know their parts. They do, but there might be some out there that is wondering what this thing is dangling off his body.
No, that's true.
You never know.
Thinks about it all the time, but what is that?
I better not touch it. What if it falls off?
Okay, well, as all people know, the penis is a male sex organ.
Oh, yes.
And it says it reaches its full size during puberty, which we can slightly disagree with after our research. There are ways to make it bigger and thicker.
Oh, yes.
So, and of course you use it for urination. That's a given. So,
no!
Yeah, so that's at least, one thing that it does while it's dangling off your body.
Yes.
Yes. And then it has several parts, and where we went to is webmd.com. If you want to go, it has like a picture, a diagram with all the different male anatomy parts, but we're just going to focus on the penis, because there's the bladder and the prostate and urethra. You say that right?
Urethra, yes.
Okay.
But the prostate's also very important.
Yes, it is.
For stimulations, and you can get through it through the urethra or through the anus.
Yeah. You just want to use that sounder on somebody.
I do want to use it on someone so bad. I totally want to use it. Is that a bad thing?
You should just carry it in your purse in case you find a volunteer on the street.
Do you mind if I sound you? I'll sound with my cardboard sign. Free soundings!
You might want to put a little description on what it is. You're going to get a taker and they'll be like, whoa, wait! That's not what I signed up for.
Well, I can't put that there because then I might not get a taker.
What are you going to do? Once you volunteer, you're in.
That's right. You agreed.
Alright. No take-backs.
Yeah, up the pee hole it goes. Okay.
Okay. The penis is made of several parts. the glans, which is the head of the penis.
Yes.
Okay, if you're uncircumcised, the head of your penis is covered with a pink, moist tissue called a mucosa.
Yeah. Which is known as the foreskin.
Yeah. Covering the head of the penis is the foreskin. In circumcised men, the foreskin is surgically removed, and the mucosa of the head transforms into dry skin. And I don't know how many men are circumcised, not circumcised. I can say that I have a son, and we did not circumcise him.
Yeah, I didn't either because it's an unnecessary operation.
Yeah, I saw no reason for it. And my friend had a son, and she had him circumcised, and it went south.
Yeah.
He ended up needing stitches, and
it can be pretty... Yeah. Well, babies can actually die from the circumcision.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, there's... I read an article, and this was part of my decision making, was... I forget, it was like 2,000 out of every 100,000 boys die from the circumcision.
Dang.
Which is a high.
Yeah, that's a big risk factor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's really, unless it's your religious beliefs, it's an unnecessary operation as long as you teach the child to pull the skin back and cleanse it thoroughly.
Yeah. Well, and then when I was talking to the doctor, because, you don't want your son to be the weirdo in a locker room that's, uncircumcised. And he said it was like a 50-50 thing that people, it used to be an automatic, you have a son, you circumcise him.
Yes.
And then he also said that having the foreskin, being uncircumcised, makes for a better sexual experience.
Yes. Because when you take the foreskin off, it takes some of the nerves and...
Desensitizes it?
Yes. So I knew that one too.
So I don't know. I've never been with anybody that's uncircumcised. So because of course I would ask. Inquiring minds want to know.
It's okay. So we got with, now it's an unnecessary operation.
Yeah. And then they have the corpus cavernosum. Ooh, sounds exciting. 2 columns of tissue running along the sides of the penis. Blood fills the tissue to cause the erection.
Yeah.
So that's what fills to make the erection. And then we have the corpus spongiosum. And that's a column of sponge-like tissue running along the front of the penis and ending at the head of the penis. It fills with blood during the erection, keeping the urethra open. And the urethra runs through that, and that, of course, is conducted. Oh,
girls! Okay, we're gonna go to a song, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Shh. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, and we're sorry about that little disruption, but we're back on track. Wandering Biker, Swirls and I do not have penis envy. Yes, you don't have to use a she-we, but it works for us.
I don't know. It kind of goes back to that penis for a day. What would you do with it?
Pee in the snow.
Yeah.
Write my name. Masturbate. Get a blowjob.
But I wouldn't want to keep it.
Well, neither would I.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of work, the whole masturbation process, and...
Yeah, my hand would get tired.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, so we're going to go. Now, we have the ultimate guide to edging, and it's on goodlookingloser.com. And it also has a little bit of anatomy of the penis, and I wanted to go back over here because part of the anatomy I liked was the dorsal vein.
Just because it has a good name.
Yes, I just like that. Do-do-do-do. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in. So I really like that, and they also they talk about all this other stuff, but there's also the now I lost it, what'd they call it? It was meatus.
Your meatus.
Your
Where
meatus.
is your meatus at?
It's right by the urethra. It's kind of like that little when it's kind of closed up, you got that little slit type thing. It's the meatus.
And
it just, I don't know, just found it very fascinating. The dorsal vein and meatus. So,
who names these things?
Not it. I don't know who names. Probably some guy just saying, "Oh, look at this nice little dorsal vein I got going on here."
Sticks up like a shark fin.
My head is very meatusy. I don't know. So, that being said, we're going to go into edging, and then we'll go into the Jelqing. Jelqing. You'll get the whole thing afterwards. Now the edging, we've talked about edging, and it was mainly, we did it on the female side. I'm not sure if everyone remembers the show, but I did the edging for a week, and I journaled about it, and it was quite a process, and it was very frustrating, and it was just, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, and I remember I'm just getting kind of agitated and cranky. I'm doing someone else's job. I'm doing someone else's, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this myself? I shouldn't have to do this. I'm doing someone else's job.
Well, after you did it for the whole week, and did the frustration part pass?
Well, it doesn't really pass because, okay, the whole point of the edging is you get yourself just up there.
But not all the way over there. Yeah,
because, okay, we have the chart, which we'll go over to, because there's a chart on arousal levels.
Yes.
Ooh, very exciting. But there's one, and I read it wrong. Oh my gosh, I was cracking up. I thought it said porn, but it says PONR, and that stands for point of no return.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're edging and you get to that point of no return, it's just like it says, and you're going to peek on over and have your orgasm. So you want to get down a few levels and stop just before you get there.
So.
And you bring it down a little, and you start it back up. Now this process, and okay, you don't have to edge alone. You can, if you're with someone, you have a partner, a slave, master, whatever, you can participate in it with them, and this process can last a matter of, a couple hours, a day, a week. There you go. See, you see the look on your face. You're frustrated just hearing about it.
So, well, how long were your sessions?
It was a couple times a day. Got almost there and then stopped. And then I get it all peaked up again and stop. And then peak it up and stop. And I do that a couple times during the day.
Okay, well, on the female side of this, because we're going to go a lot more in depth into the male side, but on the female side of it, did you ever go over the mountain? Did you ever let yourself have an orgasm?
At the end.
Of the week?
Yes.
And was it more pleasurable than, if you had not done it?
I don't think so. But that was my view. I was just, my thing at the end, I just wanted to get it over with. I was just so, I was just like, okay, it's time to get on with things.
Let's get this over with and move on.
Yes.
So I guess it was more frustrating for you than.
Yes. Well, not only that, I'm journaling about it all week. And and then I was going to post all my journals up on FET, but somehow, get ready to be shocked, I biffed it once again and lost them. So I don't know where they went.
You'll find them someday.
Maybe not. You never know. But so that was the experience, and
yeah, and that's edging in a nutshell for either sex.
Yes.
It's building yourself up to the point of orgasm and backing off.
Yes, but there are benefits for men. Okay, there's no. When I read it, there's no opposite of benefits.
Non-benefits.
Yeah. That's not a thing.
It is now.
Okay. There's nothing that's harmful.
No gain. No, nothing that's harmful?
Nothing that's harmful in the edging.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, but when we get to the Jelqing,
Mm-hmm.
okay, now that is kind of in with the edging, and there are some ways you can damage yourself, but we'll get to that later. But there's really nothing harmful in edging for you. There are benefits. What are these benefits you want to know?
Ooh, stay tuned.
We'll give them a benefit. Some of the benefits in the edging is you can learn to go longer, have stronger orgasms, and then within the because the Jelqing kind of crosses over to the edging, and we're going to get into this, you can grow longer and thicker. So but the thing is with the edging going longer, it helps you go for longer periods of times while you're having sex with your partner, which for women it takes longer to orgasm, so this is a good thing.
Yeah, and it's also a good thing if you're, part of my slang, but a 2-pump chump.
Oh my gosh. A 2-pump chump. I've never heard of that.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, 2-pump chump.
Oh, well, I think
you heard it here first.
Yeah, I think 2-pump chump is going to be needing the edging.
Yeah. So, if you have problems lasting longer or lasting at all, then edging can be really beneficial.
It can. It also helps you develop multiple orgasms for men.
Yeah.
Which sometimes can, men don't get the multiples. They go down and
they get one.
Wait it out. Yeah. So that's also an exciting thing for them. Now, one of the things, this is not harmful, but edging for men can create a dry orgasm, which is just what it says. It's dry. But when you have this dry orgasm, it shoots back up into the bladder.
Which is not harmful.
It's not harmful. It doesn't hurt anything. Now, I don't know how it comes out. I wasn't able to find, because I was really wondering, when you urinate now, are you going to get chunky urination?
And I think your body would probably just reabsorb it.
Well, I didn't find that information out. So if anyone has that information about
dry orgasms and what happens
after, when it goes into the bladder, let us know. SlaveNationRadio@gmail.com.
Well, my husband doesn't participate in edging, but he did tell me that, like when he's masturbating, and, you gotta have some kind of cleanup tool, washcloth, sock, whatever's laying around. When he's feeling all lazy-fied,
yes,
he just puts his thumb over the head of his penis and doesn't let anything come out.
Oh.
And then I did ask him, well, when you go to the bathroom, is it all chunkalicious? And he said no.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, but that's kind of disappointing.
Why is it disappointing?
I don't know. I just wanted it to be all chunky. Wanted to see this chunky goodness.
Well, maybe that's just the way it is for him. Somebody else could have chunkalicious.
It's possible. Okay, as well as do we know any more about these dry orgasms other than they're dry and they back to the bladder?
No. But I think it is kind of financing. Yeah.
Yeah, earn $1 million with a dry orgasm.
I think it is kind of fascinating about a dry orgasm where,
yeah,
nothing comes out.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's a man thing.
Did you know there was a ruined orgasm?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's just like it says. I'm not exactly sure how to do this, but you have the orgasm. You help the man to orgasm, and there's a way that you ruin it at the end. So they still have the cum coming out, and it's the orgasm, but they don't feel it, and it's ruined.
You ruin a man's orgasm.
Yes. Well, apparently this is very big with female doms.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, why would you do that? But coming from the female dom's point of view,
yes,
I get that now.
So I found that very fascinating, that you can have a ruined orgasm. So guys, don't make your women angry. Because what could be worse than withholding the sex?
Ruining it.
Yes. I just did all that work for nothing. So, okay, so now that being said, also with the edging, it can create wet dreams.
Yeah, and that's just your body's way of releasing it,
Yeah.
Even if you're not awake.
Yeah, so I mean, you keep going there and teasing your body, they're going to...
Yeah, your body's going to react.
Yeah, so you can have wet dreams and dry orgasm, which I found...
Financing.
Very financing. Who knew that? So we have that, and then we...
Yeah, well, also it can increase your sperm count. So if you're trying to, make a baby.
Yes.
So, and
the sperm count and...
It can actually boost your sperm output.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can shoot farther.
Oh, I love that shooting farther. That just cracked me up because I'm thinking, okay, most gals have got the load in the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking, oh, geez, now it's just hitting us that much harder.
Yeah, now it's coming at you 55 miles an hour. Take out your eyeball. Then, hey, there's a trip to the emergency room.
Oh. What happened to your eye? Oh, it got a really fast load in it. So we have that as well. Okay, not only do we do, so we have it goes faster. Yes, I have that in my notes. What else do we have about it goes faster? Bigger loads.
Intensifies your climax.
Oh, it does intensify the climax, so it's all built up over time and just...
Unless you're just trying to get it over with.
It was a rough week.
Yeah.
It was a really rough week.
Well, I think that you would have had more fun with it if you would have had a partner. Because, my husband wants to masturbate or, he wants me to watch or to help or, whatever, then I'm down. But, I don't masturbate because I know it's my own hand. Does that make sense?
Well, I've heard sometimes you just have to...
Fuck your own hand.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
Soon to become a t-shirt in the Dead Marv collection.
Ooh, Dead Marv. Coming to a store near you soon.
That's right. So the benefits are pretty good for edging. And plus you get to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and it can help with erectile dysfunction if you're having some problems in that area.
Yes.
To help you
keep it up.
Yeah, stay hard, keep it hard. And then having an orgasm at the end.
That is not ruined.
Yeah, not ruined.
Yes. So we have all that, and then we have the arousal tracker.
Tracker, climbing the mountain.
Yes, climbing the mountain. So on the arousal tracker, they have several levels, and they have level 1, and then there's level 2 to 3, level 4, level 5 to 6, level 7 to 8, level 9, and then we have the point of no return, 9.5 to 9.9, and then 10 is your
climax.
Yeah. So the level 1 is the forget it, not aroused at all.
Yeah. Which men walk around that way all the time. They're just like, oh, forget it.
Yeah. So we know that's happening. And then there's level 2 to 3, gently, slightly aroused.
Yeah.
So, still don't know any men in that phase.
Yeah, me neither. I think they all kind of walk around in the gently aroused. Or, the next level, which is can easily stop, aroused, yet could easily stop. So to me, that means like a chubby.
Yeah, I think I think most men are at a 5 to 6 level, which is keep it coming, significantly aroused. Okay, go ahead.
This is walking around constantly with a boner. Is that? I don't know, because you get so I've been told, or so I've seen, just like random boners, just like
Yeah.
Hard on for no reason. So maybe they are walking around that high.
Well, I don't know. What was it? I read some article. Now, I don't know who these lab coats are. I'm just not sure who they are, but it was like men think of sex 3,000 times a day or whatever. It was something astronaut. Maybe it was 300. Even 300 times.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It was just, and I was like, oh my gosh, who are these people? It's like the same people that say, 3,000 people die a day of cancer. That's really? Right. Because eventually you're not going to have any people left.
Yeah, who's counting noses? How did they know?
I have no idea.
And if you're thinking of sex 300 times a day, you don't have time to think about anything else.
Exactly. Who's going to run the world?
I almost said women, but that's the wrong answer.
Well, yeah. Okay, so then you have level 7 to 8. And they're losing breath. Extremely aroused.
Yeah.
So, okay, maybe they are at a 4. I don't know. I think it's between the 4 and 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Men listening, feel free to chime in. Let us know what your arousal level is on a daily basis.
Yes. Do
you really think about sex that often? Because inquiring minds want to know. Because I don't think I think about sex on a daily basis, at all.
Well, we have a suggestion from Wandering Biker. Check the Kinsey report for your stats.
Kinsey report.
Yeah.
All right.
Kinsey. We can do that during a commercial break.
Yes.
Shall we take one?
Well, let's finish the arousal chart.
Oh, yes. Good idea.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the arousal chart, and you've hit the 7-8 thing. You're losing breath. You're extremely aroused. Okay, we know men are not walking around like this, except for your flashers.
Yeah.
Which I've never come across one.
Me neither.
Okay.
It's on my bucket list, though.
Is it on your bucket list?
So, yeah. That way you can say, what the hell are you doing? Nobody wants to see that.
Yes. And then, okay, so, well, I have, and maybe we should bring this up some poopsies oopsies later in Tilly's Tales. I have encountered, when I was like a teenager, random masturbators.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, that's a story for later on.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
So level 9 is mightily aroused, close to peak, emission phase of ejaculation.
Yes.
So that's, you're really high up the mountain.
That's right. And then you got not the porn.
Yeah.
But the PONR.
Point of no return.
And there's no looking back. Point of no return. You're getting there. You're so close because it's 9.5 to 9.9, and then you're going to hit that 10 and orgasm, climax, expulsion phase of ejaculation.
Ooh.
And then you take a nap.
Yeah, or ask for a sandwich, then take a nap.
Who are these people that have enough energy for a sandwich?
I don't know.
Okay, well, here's a question, a personal question for you. Okay, after you orgasm, do you get really, really cold and need a nap?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Oh.
I don't get tired. I don't. If anything, it gives me more energy. But really? I don't get really cold.
Oh, see, sometimes I just get really cold, like freezing cold. I'm so cold, I gotta pull the covers
up over you and snuggle up. Okay, well,
I just need a nap.
On your way to orgasm, are you really building up a sweat and huffing and puffing and
Not necessarily. It can go either way. But I still get very chilled after.
Odd. Maybe it's just you're overstimulated or all your blood rushed to another part of your body.
Very possible. Okay, so we're going to go to a couple of songs. We're going to go to the Kinsey report, and then we'll be right back with more on edging and quelking and squelking, JelQing.
JelQing.
Yes.
Yeah. We still need hooked on phonics.
Well,
you take out the U behind the Q and we're all screwed up.
Yeah, it's a really bizarre word. But here, we're going to go with those darling wild ones. Why it's those darlings? It's wild one, and it's on disc 4.
Love that song. That's right.
And then we're going to go Pretty When You Cry with Lana Del Rey, and we'll be back. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, where everything you ever wanted to know about edging, masturbation, and jelqing.
That's right. We have the answers.
We do. So we have more information. Oh, okay. So I couldn't really find it on the Kinsey report, and it says there's really been no true studies. They kind of just asked people, like, how many times do you think about sex a day?
2.
And that was their study. So they gave these people some clickers. I found it on Psychology Today, and they gave them clickers, and they broke up the categories. One clicked how many times about food, and how many times they thought about sleep, and then how many times they thought about sex, and they did both male and female. And the men ranged from they thought about sex 1 time a day, I don't think I want to know that guy, to 388 times a day.
I don't want to know that guy either.
Somewhere in the middle is good. And women, now all the men are saying, I don't want to know that gal, the one who thinks about it 1 time a day. Think about it between 1 and 140 times. And all the men are going, I want to know that one.
Yeah.
So, there you have it. And these were students between the ages of 18 and 25, and they collected data from 283 students. So, that's, we have an idea.
Yeah, it's the honesty system.
Yes. So, there you go. I mean,
maybe I should invest in a clicker, and then I would know.
We could do that, or you could just find an app.
Oh.
A clicker app.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
On we go with edging. Of course, with any kind of, because it is a masturbation scenario, you're just trying to not reach orgasm.
Yes.
So you need to find a comfy spot for you. Get comfy, either, it depends on what you like, what you need. Throw on some porn if you want to.
Yes.
Just be relaxed.
In a quiet, peaceful place.
Because you need to concentrate on your penis and feel everything that's involved.
Really? A man that doesn't... I'm sorry for interrupting, but a man that doesn't concentrate on his penis?
So, I don't know. Sometimes I can't concentrate because the dog's barking.
Oh, but you don't have a penis.
Well, that's true.
I mean, there could be SWAT people storming your house, and the man would be like, just a minute, I'm busy.
So just be in a spot where you can concentrate on what you're doing. Yes. Because edging does take practice.
It does. So, and we're kind of going to cross over with the jelqing because it's all...
Yeah, it's all tied in and kind of connected.
Yes. It really is connected, because with the jelqing you are edging a bit, but with the jelqing your goal is to create length and girth.
Yes.
And it's like an exercise routine. So you do the same thing, now with the jelqing you do need to set a timer. Because you should not go over 30 minutes. You shouldn't do more than 150 strokes your first time. So you're not really relaxed and enjoying it too much. And with the jelqing, unlike with the edging you have a fully erect penis. With the jelqing, you never ever want to do it with a fully erect penis.
Yes, only semi-hard.
Yes, you want to do it to 50 to 75% hard on the little floppy side.
Yeah. Which,
go ahead.
I guess it takes some, practice, because I don't have a penis, but it seems like if you're stroking it, it's going to get harder.
Yes.
So, I'm not a man, but is that you would have to make a conscious effort
to not get hard.
Yeah, to not get an erection.
Well, then you would just, slow it down and stop and let it
back off.
Yeah, back it off. And it's also with now with the edging, it's like find a nice quiet spot, get your lube, and with everything we cannot stress lube, lube, lube. And just when you think you have enough, lube some more. So, you grab your lube with the edging, you get to your nice quiet place, and you go at it, and you have a good time.
Yeah.
Now, with the JelqingJelqing, you have to be a little more aware of what you're doing, and there's a whole process. Like, you can't just get your lube and get going. You have to you have to think of it like an exercise routine. You have to,
it's like a workout.
It is like a workout because, you have a goal in mind to make your penis a little more fit, a little better, a little bigger,
A little wider.
It's the opposite of a diet. You want to fatten that baby up. So, when you do this now, to warm up, you're literally warming your penis up. And this is to create a blood flow in it. Because you want to get that blood flowing to stimulate the skin and everything around it. You're feeding it nutrients with that blood flow. So you want to warm it up. You can use a heating pad.
Warm towel?
Warm towel, but you want to use like a wet warm towel. Like get it in hot water, wrap it around. So you may need to have several warm towels because you need to do this for, I think it's about 15-20 minutes of warm up before, because you want to, I have my millions of notes. We'll go back to that, but you can also do a warm shower, but let the water directly hit your penis, so it's getting that blood flow going. So what was it? It's now this is. I'm going to go back a little bit. Maybe you can find how much time.
Okay.
The water is. Now this is important, and some of you men may want to get this. Dr. Brian Richards published a paper with the British Journal of Sexual Medicine, and in his paper, while conducting his research, 87% of patients grew larger. This study showed a penis growth of up to, and this is amazing considering the average size, what did we find was like 5.76 inches?
Mm-hmm.
With that, black men being a little bit larger, about an extra inch larger, and Asian men being about an inch smaller, and white men somewhere in the middle. But, so this is really an enormous growth you can get, is a growth of up to 1.4 inches in length and 1 inch in girth. So that's pretty substantial. So that was I thought that was amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that's a lot of growth.
It is.
And I know that men are always wanting to be more endowed.
Yes.
They can never, be big enough, thick enough. Comparing themselves in the bathroom and the men's, at the urinal, kind of peeking over, seeing what the other guy's packing.
Yeah.
We know you do it.
Yeah. Now, if you're like 9, 10, 11, and we're saying don't do this.
Yeah, don't do that too much.
Yeah. Nope.
I'm sure there's one of those women who think about sex a million times a day that are,
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. But, so, God.
I don't know. If you have 11 inches, that's a lot.
You think? That's like a ruler almost.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to see that coming in at me in the dark. It's like, woo. I'm
That's
scared.
why it's coming at you in the dark. So you don't see it. So, okay. So, let's see. Start at the big. Okay. I didn't put down how long you should warm up for, so I'm going to go.
It's 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. And that's just, like you said, increase the blood flow and get it warmed up for your penis workout, so you can get some more length and girth.
Yes, and you can go. We found our JelQueen information at JelQueen, JelQing.com.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can go there and check up, and they have, ours is just a brief overlook, but they have many other.
They have a lot more information,
yes.
and they might have something there that, you find very interesting that we just kind of said, okay, well, that doesn't go in our overview.
Yeah, well, they have a whole routine you can access and everything. So why
It's very in-depth.
It is very in-depth. It's very, but there are also dangers in EdgeingJelqing, which we're going to get to. But why don't we take a break? We'll come back. We're going to play some songs. Let's see, what songs will we play?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, while you're looking for songs, I want to remind everybody to enter our giveaway contest.
Oh, yes.
It's going to go for March and April because we're going to give away a set of customized handcuffs.
Yes, engraved.
Yes, they are engraved. They'll say Slave Nation on one side and the name of your choice on the other. And to enter for a chance to win, all you need to do is go to slavenationradio@gmail.com, tell us something you like about the show, and you are entered.
Yes, and okay, Wandering Biker, your gift is on its way. It should be coming
anytime now.
Yes, and so we had another gift we were giving away for February, because that was our Valentine's giveaway, and we were lacking entries, so Austin 7 will get that, and he likes his gifts forwarded to Barry's, which we haven't seen Barry's for a while, so we miss you, Barry's.
Come back.
Yes. And we're so glad. Oh, we need to give a special shout out to Sweet Green Eyes.
Aww.
We're so glad you're here with us again. We've missed you. And we're going to go to our songs. We got Pretty Reckless, Heaven Knows, and Sexy Backs. And I think that's from one of those Backstreet Boy guys. I'm not sure. But it was a pretty good song. I was surprised. So we'll be back in a few minutes. And we'll fill you in. Yeah. How to make your penis the best it can be. The biggest, strongest penis on the planet. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, where you're getting everything you ever wanted to know about edging and EdgeingJelqing and more.
That's right.
Yes. So, before we left the air, we were saying, okay, you have to warm up your penis 10 to 15 minutes with a heating pad, a warm cloth, a wet warm cloth, or you can do it directly in the shower with the hot water, warm water, heating your penis, creating a blood flow. Get that blood flowing, guys.
Get it pumping.
Yes. Then, after you do that, get your lube ready. You should actually have it ready before.
Yeah, that way you're ready to proceed into the next step of the workout.
Exactly. And now when you're EdgeingJelqing, you need to make sure to take very good care.
Yeah, because it can be harmful.
Yes, it can be very harmful, and again, do not do it on an erect penis.
Yes.
You will damage yourself. You can just cause, there's so many things that can go wrong. You can cause a torn ligament. You can bruise it, swelling. I mean, there's, that cause the skin to die, and this is even when it's soft. So there's a lot of care that needs to be going into this, and you need to watch what you're doing. Do not squeeze your penis too tightly.
Yeah. So of course, with everything that we bring to you, do your own research. If this is something that interests you, look into it, read up on it, learn about it, because we're giving you a brief overview. There's a lot more to it.
Yes. Now, when you're starting out with your EdgeingJelqing, you don't want to do more than 150 strokes, and you should time it between 10 and 30 minutes. Yeah. And go on the lower side. Remember, this is kind of like the slow and steady
wins the race.
Yes.
Start out with the 100 strokes, build your way up.
Yes. And you shouldn't do this every day. When you're starting, a couple times a week, and then you can build your way up to it. When measuring your growth, again, once a week. Don't start measuring every day, but when you are doing it, keeping a thorough journal will help. How many times you stroked, what kind of compress, what heat you use to get yourself flowing, what what lube did you use? What lube did you seem to give a better outcome? So all these things matter in what you're doing. So a full journal is what they suggest.
Yeah, which is a good idea because you need to keep on track of what works and what doesn't.
Exactly. Now another thing is when you are Jelqinging, and this is also with the edging, so it kind of crosses over. You don't want to touch the head of the penis. Now with the edging, touching the head of the penis creates more stimulation. It's the most sensitive part, the under part of the penis rim and the over part. It's the most sensitive part, so you don't want to touch the head of the penis with edging because that could create the point of no return.
So that would be overstimulation, which is not what you're going for.
Yeah, you're going for a delayed orgasm. You're going to trying to keep it from happening. You want to build up and stop. Now with the Jelqinging, you don't want to touch the tip of the penis because it can damage it.
So.
It's a whole different system, but you want to once you're all heated up, and remember, not an erect penis with the Jelqinging, you want to start at the base and slowly pull up, and this should last 2 to 3 seconds. And then you use the other hand, kind of like you're milking a cow. Yeah. So it's one hand and then the other, and at the tip of the base, up
the shaft, but not the head.
Yes, stay away from the head. And you don't want to use too much pressure. This can cause nerve damage. It can cause bruising, swelling. It can cause your skin to deaden.
Ugh.
And then you'll lose it's like the breast binding.
Yeah, if it's purple, it's too much.
It's too much. You're damaging the tissue. So if you're squeezing too tight, you're not going to get the desired effect of getting a larger penis, more girth. You're just going to damage.
Yeah, you're just going to hurt yourself.
You're just going to damage your most treasured possession. And then, so once you do that, 150, you probably want to start out slower because, this is first time. I'd probably go with like 50 strokes or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, build it up. Find what's right for you, but, careful not to damage. And when you pull the tendons and stuff, if you're at the shaft, you're too tight and you're pulling the tendons, it can actually get so bad if you do this too often. You pull the tendons and it goes all the way into your stomach where you may have to have an operation to correct it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty serious that you do this correctly and don't damage yourself. And so, like the problems we were talking, the problems we were talking about is with the bruising and the swelling. This is a common problem with men because they think, oh, well, if I do more, I do harder, I do
faster,
I'll get bigger quicker, and I'll get even bigger.
No, complete opposite.
Yeah, you will damage your penis, and you may never be able to have sex again. I don't know if that's true. I'm just throwing that out there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Have my lab coat on.
Grow hair on your palms, or make you go blind.
Yes. Now, see, another problem with the Jelqinging that is a frequent problem is you'll find little red spots on you, and they're called petechia. Petechia, yes. And these are just little tiny bruises, but they're pinhead size. And sometimes I get them because my platelets drop a little and stuff, and I get them on my arms and everywhere. But it's not a serious problem. This is just little bruising from stroking too hard. Ease off a little. Some warm compresses will help it go away with a little massage. Not Jelqinging, but massage. Another issue is like rashes, and it's not necessarily a rash. It's more like a friction burn. Because you didn't listen to us and use the lube.
Lube.
Yeah.
Lots of lube.
Yes. So have your lube ready so you can
add more if you need.
Yes. And because you don't want to get that friction rash. It also can cause abrasions. And that's just got to be unpleasant on the penis. But again, you can add some coconut oil, some, aloe vera, some bag balm.
Bag balm. Bag balm.
Yeah. And some warm compresses and, fix your penis all up. But you shouldn't get to that point in the first place, guys.
Yeah.
Again, slow and steady wins the race. It's not a competition. You have a goal, but you have to be patient to get there. Protect the penis, protect your body, take care of it. Because I'm sure your girl would rather have your penis in good working order rather than
bigger and thicker and
because a bigger penis, thicker penis is nice. But a guy that's in good health and taking care of that penis is nicer. And Wandering Biker tells us, the penis, according to Debs and Swirls, friction burns suck. Don't ever use Tiger Balm. It's like heat. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom.
And of course, when you're doing this technique, if you experience any pain or discomfort, stop.
Yes, stop.
Don't, try to go, okay, well, it hurts a little bit, but I can man up and go get through it. No, stop.
Yeah, it's not, even like with exercise, you should not feel a burn. You can still get toned and firm and all that other stuff without the pain. This is not, the more pain, more gain.
Yeah, because it can take several months to receive total results from this technique.
Yes. It could take to even see any results.
Yeah.
So it should be, and granted, you have to make time for it. It has to be a steady ritual and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, because you work your way up to doing it daily.
Yes.
And your hand grip strength and pressure, it varies from man to man. You will find your flow, what works for you, and then just keep at it. It's your workout of your penis, have your goal in your mind, and you might not get the full inch, but you'll get something.
Yes. Well, that was the average result, 1.4 inches. So some guys got more, and some guys got less.
But there was some
improvement.
Yes.
With 87% of men. So you may not get any. You may be where you're going to be. But you could have fun trying. So, like I said, you want to track your progress, and there can be the side effects. Track your progress, in your journals. Now, you shouldn't measure more than once a week when you get into your routine and you've been doing it a while, 4, 5, 6 months. Then you want to space it and measure every 2 to 3 weeks. And then your journal is your warm-up routine, your reps, your lube use, growth, track your progress. All that, we want to go over that again. And then the side effects, little red spots. That's not a major issue, but you don't want to get where you're bruising, because men do bruise it because they're holding it so tight and really they're not taking their time to go up the shaft slowly. They're hitting the head. They're doing a lot of things that can cause damage. So big bruises is another problem. You can do damage. The problem's cutting off circulation. Remember, you're supposed to be conditioning the penis and not hurting it. Love your penis, men. We know you love it already. Love it more. And, treat them right and with care. And the strain, it's ligaments.
Yeah, ligaments.
Yeah, I said tendons, didn't I? But the ligaments can be a serious problem, and it's caused by pulling too hard. So,
be gentle.
Be gentle. And, lube. We can't stress lube enough.
Yeah.
And it's just, so, now with the edging, you're going to be a lot more gentle with yourself because it's for a pleasure thing. But you need a little firmer hand with the Jelqing.
Get that blood flowing and keep it flowing. And
yeah. Because the blood's nourishing the skin and all those other goody parts, the dorsal.
Your dorsal fin. Dun, 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 dun.
So let's go to a song and we'll come back.
All right. Sounds good.
And then maybe we'll have a Tilly Tales of the masturbators I encountered as
I've seen 2 people masturbating in cars.
Okay, well, one was in a car, and I'll tell you the other one, and we'll compare masturbation stories.
Okay.
Tilly's Tales, and when you come back. And now for our songs, we're going to have Groove Amanda style. I See You, Baby, and then we'll...
Shaking that ass.
Yes. And then we're going to do pepperoni ice cream.
Just because it's fun.
I love pepperoni. And because, it's a short song. Well, you know what? We're going to do Pocket Pool. Because it's more becoming. We're going to play Pocket Pool for you and I See You, Baby. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
This is the house that funk.
Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, when we were telling you everything you could ever possibly want to know about EdgeingJelqing, the penis, and masturbation. And everything you didn't want to know. Now, I have a public service announcement for you. This is brought to you from Wandering Biker, where he says, we heard from him, don't ever use Tiger Balm, it's like heat, unless you're a masochist. And then he says, just say no to CBT. So...
That'll be a T-shirt in the Dead Marv collection.
Yes. So we have all that. We hope you enjoyed Pocket Pool by Killer Pussy. they have so many good songs. I just love them.
Well, it's because their name is so good.
Oh yes. Well, we also played a couple weeks
ago. Shake that ass.
No, no, that was a different. I'm talking about when we had Yitzi on talking about enemas.
Mm-hmm.
We also played a song from them, Teenage Enema Nurse.
See? They know us.
Yes, they know us. Very well. They need some songs, we'll make them.
That's right.
So, we're going to talk, I want to hear we're going to have some Tilly's Tales and Poopsies Oopsies, and these are episodes where we bring you parts of our lives that have happened, and you just shake your head.
Yeah.
So, you're telling me about your 2-car masturbators.
Yeah, well, I had one that was rather interesting when I was older. The first time I ever saw somebody masturbating was a guy in his car, and I think it was like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And you always glance over at the cars next to you.
Yeah.
And he had his cock out, and he was just stroking away and staring at me. And we're at a stoplight, and I was appalled. I was like, oh my God. What are you doing, you freak show? So I tried to drive off and get ahead of him so I didn't have to look at it anymore, but he was keeping pace next to me.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, at that age I hadn't even had sex yet. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm putting my hand up, over my eye so I can't see, like my little horse blinder. But yeah, he kept pace with me for, I don't know, about a half mile or so before, he realized I wasn't the car for him.
Oh wow. You're a lot nicer than we are. You're so much nicer. Well, my first masturbation experience, I was with my friend, and we were probably about 14, 15 at that time. So we weren't driving, but we were walking home. And there was a car parked next to us, parked
on the road.
Yeah, and you kind of glance over, and the guy's, like you said, going at it, having a good old time, and we're like looking like, oh my gosh, he's doing this out in public. When he comes out with the phrase, you want to beat the meat. Oh my gosh. And my friend and I, we were just like, we lost it. You know, we're just like, oh my gosh. So we started like pointing at him and laughing. We probably totally ruined his erection, but we were just like laughing in hysterics and pointing. And we thought that was our first encounter. And he didn't have a really good look on his face, like, you're ruining my fun time.
Yeah. Had you known, you could have said, no, he could have said, you want to beat my meatus?
Oh, yes.
Maybe that's where that term comes from. Beat your meat.
It could be. It's very clever. Now, your next masturbation story.
Dun, dun, dun. We were on a family road trip, going to visit some relatives, and my husband was there, but that was before he was my husband. He was just my boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And we're right in the car, right? And I'm sitting by the window, which was not a good place for me to be during this adventure. Because we were in a Blazer, so it went me, Jerry, then my brother.
Okay.
And we're driving down the road, and you know, my mom and dad are in the front, and we're just doing our thing. And my dad glances over, and he notices the car next to us. The man is fingering the woman. You know, he's driving, she's in the passenger seat, and she has like one leg up on the dash, and you know, no pants on, and he's just going to town on her.
Okay, now, do you really, now knowing the things you do, though, looking back, do you really find that shocking?
No.
Considering, yeah,
considering everything else that's possible out in the world, no, it wasn't that shocking.
But at the time it was.
Yeah. Well, it's just something that, you know, in small town America you don't see. You know, we're out on the big, you know, highway, crossing the country, running into these people. And they noticed that my dad noticed. And so they're all smiling and giggling. She's getting more into it, you know. And then he announces to the rest of the car what is happening.
Oh, God!
So, of course, me being by the window, you know, I look and I see, but then I have two men laying over the top of me, smashing my head into the glass because they gotta watch.
You think you didn't wave to them?
Oh, I couldn't even move by that point. I was just like, you know, what's happening now? And they kept pace with the car for a long time, and my dad kept pace with them.
Oh my God.
You know? And then finally my mom's like, will you knock it off?
That's a good one. And Wandering Viking says, well, who hasn't done that?
I haven't done that.
You will.
It'll be on my bucket list.
Okay. You can have an awful long bucket list.
I got a lot of stuff I want to do. Life is too short. I got to get on this stuff.
Yes. We're not getting any younger. Well, my second. Would you like to hear my second story?
Yes.
You're going to love this one. Okay, now I grew up in L.A., so...
So you're used to a bunch of weirdos.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, this one happened again with the same friend. Oh my gosh, maybe it was her. Maybe it was me. Who knows? But this time we were on our way to school. And we look and there was this big picture window, which is not so shocking.
Yeah. Just some random house.
A random house. We're walking by a big picture window. And there was a little opening, and we're like, someone's standing there. Someone is standing at this window. We're like, okay. Then we notice this person has their wiener stuck out. Wait, but it gets better. And we're looking, and as we're going, the wiener is following us.
Tracking you. Dun, dun,
it's
dun,
like
dun.
It's like pointing towards us. So us being, as ridiculous as we are, because as my son says, all I like to do is drink tea, pop pills, and act ridiculous. We walk backwards.
Just to see if it'll track you?
Well, and then the penis follows us backwards. Right? It's just like pointing us. Just imagine a penis telescope. And so we walk forward. And we walk back. And forward. and back, and we probably did this for a good 10-15 minutes. And the whole time this penis is falling forward.
And all you can see is a penis poking out through the drapes.
Yes. Well, you could kind of see what the guy was wearing. I mean, and can you imagine with my scatterbrainness, I still remember he had on like blue shorts and a yellow t-shirt. So it's tracking us, and we're cracking up, and we're laughing in hysterics, and we're like, oh my gosh. So walking back and forth. So we headed on our way to school, and of course, like, all the teachers and the staff knew us because we were always in trouble.
You.
Well, it wasn't so much that I was in trouble, but I mean, I really hated going to the school because it was loaded with gang members.
Yeah.
And it was just a rough school. It was you're taking your life in your hands going. So of course, we ditch a lot, and and we'd like to torment the lady that guarded the thing, and every day we come in and she goes, I'm going to catch you too today. I'm going to catch you too. And she didn't know, which was so ridiculous. You think they'd finally figure it out, was the auditorium was left unlocked. So we'd head out to the auditorium, and we'd have someone pick us up, and we'd drive by, and as we were driving by, we'd honk and wave to her, and she'd get really, really upset, and every day, we're going to get you too. So we knew the administration, the staff, the vice principal, the principal, and all those people. And, how are you girls doing today? Are you going to stay out of trouble? Probably not. There's something fun for us to do. And, so we're like, so my friend goes, you'll never believe what we saw. And we're just thinking this is hysterical, and it's, not a big deal, and we're not thinking anything of it because we thought it was hysterical that this penis was going from one side and back and forth. Whatever way we went, it was like slowly fall. If we went slow, it went slow. If we went fast, it went faster. It was hysterical. So she tells the dean, or it was the vice principal or something, she's telling him this, and I'm not thinking anything of it. We're thinking he's going to crack up. So, well, you girls better come with me. And we're thinking, we're not really in trouble for this, are we? We didn't do anything. We weren't the penis. So he takes us into the office, and we're like, why are we in trouble? We didn't do anything. And he's like, you're not in trouble, girls. And we're like, finally. Which I'm going to switch off the story here, because the school was not the brightest school in the world anyway. Because we would get in trouble and we'd get a detention. And when we had detention, they'd put us in the attendance office to work. Now, in the attendance office to work, you had to stamp these envelopes, and they would send them home to your house, telling them what offense you had pulled or how many days you had missed and blah, blah, blah. Well, while doing our duties and work in the attendance office, some of these letters just went missing and went on home with me. We tear them up and they never get to our parents. Why they had us work in the office, I don't know. So we figured we were in some kind of trouble. So the principal did not show us his penis. That's a question from Wandering Biker. So
it was a rough school. He had to ask.
He did. So we go into the office and we're, finally we find out we're not in trouble, but we're still like, why are we in the office then? Because we didn't do anything. We just were telling you our funny story on the way to school. And he calls the police. And we're thinking, the police? For a wandering, a penis? So the police come, and we have to tell the police and we're trying not to laugh about this, and everyone thinks it's like the worst thing in the world, which it was, probably not the greatest thing looking back. I wouldn't want a penis following my daughter. So the police takes our reports, and, he asked me and my friend, well, what was the guy wearing? And we said, well, he was wearing blue shirt and the yellow t-shirt. Well, how tall was he? My friend says, he was about 6 foot. And I'm like, no, it's more like 5'8".
You're like, I wasn't paying attention. We were giggling at the penis.
Yeah, well, plus it was up on, platform or whatever the house, and it was raised, and, well, can you tell us about this person? Well, he was kind of dark. I don't think he was dark.
Yeah, you guys are good eyewitnesses.
The only thing we got right was what he was wearing. But, so what ended up happening was they ended up, they drove us down to the house, and the guy ended up being Asian and was like 5'4". So, but the only thing that matched the description was what he was wearing. And the mother answered, and she was just in hysterics. Boy, no, not my son. And she's going crazy. He didn't do anything. And it's like, well, we got a report here, and the description does match, and they did see someone at the window, and so we're going to have to take him in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were like, what?
Like, all he did was show us his wiener.
The poor guy he got arrested, and I don't know, I think this was probably long before the sex registry.
Mm-hmm.
But he got taken away. I don't ever know what happened to him. But
probably his mother killed him when he got out of jail.
Could be, but that was
And how old were you when this happened?
I'm gonna say I was it might have been like 16, because you're 16 when you're in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so probably 16. We thought it was hysterical. We thought it was the funniest thing ever. I mean, we spent a good amount of time going back
and forth.
Slow and fast. You can tell we were easily amused. So that is our penis stories. I don't know if he masturbated. And Wandering Biker says, "What's a little pecker between friends?" So we have all that going on, and that was
That was all the good old days.
Oh, it was hysterical. We thought it was a riot. We thought it was the funniest thing ever.
And then all these adults are taking it way too serious. Next thing you know, poor little Asian guy's in jail.
I kind of felt bad for him.
Yeah, you're like, sorry I told.
Well, we didn't think it was, honestly, when we went in, we were cracking up when we're telling him this. And we thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Poor little guy. Poor little pee-pee.
Definitely wasn't 6 foot.
He was not. I mean, we had did he have long or short hair? And my friend's like, well, I think it was kind of long. I'm like, no, it was a shortcut. I mean, everything was the opposite. Except for what he was wearing. So how about a song?
You know it.
Oh, and then when we come back, we're going to tell you what we have going on for next week. Going to fill it in. It's going to be a fun time.
You know it.
And hopefully next week we can have mail call, because we only got like one good mail this week.
Yeah, we'll have that back and forth exchange on
But when we come back, I think for Tilly's Tales. Now, some of you don't know, we play this game called Fubar. And we've mentioned it before, and it's really ridiculous game. And
yeah, it makes no sense.
But we're addicted. And there's a guy on there named Tank.
Oh my god! You stole my boyfriend!
Well, Tenant Suckjob's not talking to me anymore.
Alright, I'll share Tank with you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Well, you kind of strayed. But we'll get to Tank when we return. After some more excellent music. And we're going to go with Pepperoni Ice Cream and Ugly Kid Joe, Everything About You.
Good
CD
choice.
number 4.
Number 4.
And we'll be back. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path, where you get lots of information and lots of silly stories from our life.
Yes.
Now, we spend a lot of time and wasted on Fubar, and it's this game. And if y'all want to play, you just go to fubar.com, Fubar. Yes, it really stands for something.
Yes, fucked up beyond all recognition.
I had no clue. I'd been playing that game for almost a year. And I didn't know. Anyway, so we play this game, and it's really stupid. All you do is like and rate people and send these fake drinks around, and people send you this fake bling. It's just a pixel with a picture. But
it costs money.
Yeah. They're spending money on this. Well, it's just this crazy game, and then people message you and
they talk to you, and a lot of them are like leg humpers.
Yeah. Oh, are they ever?
Some people are really decent. I made some friends on there.
Yeah. I met a lot of nice people on there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of nice people on there, but you got to fend off the leg humpers. Don't know from a man's point of view.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on. But from women's point of view, you always go, hey, hon, what's up, you? Blah, blah, blah.
But Tank is the 10-inch suck job of
Fubar. He never goes away. Because he started messaging me, and it was every day. You want dick and ass and pussy? And that's how he typed it. And I'd say, at first, I start out with just no. Because usually you say no and it's a deterrent.
Yeah.
And then the next day, you want dick and ass and pussy? Still no. And then it went on for like a week. Every day he's asking me, you want dick and ass and pussy? And no, thank you. And then finally I asked him, why do you keep asking me this? And I said no, why do you keep asking me this? He said, maybe change mind? And I'm thinking, like maybe he's from a foreign country, English is not his first language. Nope, he's from Texas.
Well, in all fairness, he could still be from a foreign country.
Well, in all fairness, he needs to come up with something besides maybe change mind. So I was telling lovely Deb about this man, and that, every day he asked me this question.
And I was feeling a little hurt that I was left out.
Yes.
And finally, the question came.
You want dick and ass and pussy?
And I said, no, thank you. And he said, please.
With Z's.
Yes.
So we took it upon ourselves to go to his page and look, and it was all full of this stuff where these women are just lighting into him. You're disgusting and vulgar. I can't believe they let you play this game. You need to go away. You need to learn how to respect women. Just the whole thing, like all the way down, was just this negative comments towards him, and you leave me alone. Don't talk to me anymore.
And we're just laughing.
Yeah, we're laughing and laughing. She's waiting for the please. You want dick and ass and pussy? Yeah, we're having fun with him, and everybody else is just disgusted. So there might be something wrong with us.
I don't think there's something wrong with us. But, just think, if he did not say that to us, what can we bring to the listeners?
Oh, that's true. Etiquette 101. Don't start out with, you want dick and ass and pussy?
I wonder if anyone has actually said yes, they do.
I did ask him, and I said, does anybody ever say yes? And he said, sometimes.
Who?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
You should have asked who. Well, that being said, we're going to continue on, and we're going to let you... What a weirdo. Okay. Don't be a weirdo. Okay, so here's a thought. He may just be trying to get a reaction, and you keep playing his game.
Yeah, but it's fun. Because he might get off on all the negative comments that are on his page. Because you can delete things off your page. You can, throw away.
Okay, but I didn't leave any negative comments on his page.
Yeah, me neither. But he must like those negative comments because he leaves them up there.
Yes.
But we just have a good time with him.
Yeah, well, he hasn't messaged me again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. It's quite distressing.
But it'll come out of the blue. When you're least expecting it. You'll be like, oh, I have not been forgotten.
Yes, well, Wandering Biker thinks he's into humiliation.
Ooh, maybe.
It could be, any attention is some attention. It's something. So we were talking during the breaks and deciding what we're going to do for our next show. Because, we've told you all you can do with the penis. Everything, every way you can touch it.
Yes.
And everywhere you cannot touch it. And not to touch it too hard. And not too soft. And all the good things.
You sound like Goldilocks.
And this penis is just right. Okay, so we're getting a little silly from lack of sleep. So what we were thinking of for next week is Wandering Biker had sent us to the Kinsey report to find out how many times a day men think of sex. So we thought we would talk about the Kinsey report. When it started, who started it, the type of, where they find their applicants, their test subjects, everything you want to know about the Kinsey report and never cared to look up. So we thought we would go there because that's where I guess a lot of the sex data started.
Interesting.
And they do touch on many topics. I have it pulled up here, and what is it? Outreach, and they talk, bisexuality, BDSM, orgasms, everything you want to know is in the Kinsey report, and they will give you all kinds of information. Another topic we thought we would talk about is milking, not prostate milking or milking of the penis, but the hoo cow, which stands for something I finally found out a few weeks ago. Yes.
What does it stand for?
Human cow. So we thought we'd touch on that. And then we also thought we'd talk about orgasm some more because, everyone loves a good orgasm. That's why you all are edging, and that's why, you're doing your penis enhancements and all that other good stuff. But we want to see if we can find out what causes a better orgasm. Does fear, anxiety, happiness, your emotions play into it? If you're tired, is it better? If is it better when you're intoxicated, when you're sober? So we're going to look into that and see if we can. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the beaten path. We're sorry for that little oopsie, which it literally was. She pulled the cord from our broadcasting, but what's Slave Nation without a little biff?
That's right.
Okay, but on the plus side, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. So I'm kind of thrilled about that. Now, back to what we were saying. We've been looking into the parties and everything that are coming up, and you have some things you want to try at the parties.
Yes.
And so do I. Now, what is it you're going to try? Oh,
there's so many options.
Okay, well, I'll go with my option, and you come up with what you are going to go for.
Okay.
Now, my option, the thing I want to try, and I'm working it out, and I have someone that's going to do this. I want to do suspension.
Okay, rope suspension.
Yes, rope suspension, up in the air, hanging, dangling, all that good stuff.
With your clothes on.
With my clothes on, yes.
Well, because last time we went to a party, I got all bound up. I got naked in front of a room full of strangers.
Yeah, I don't
know. I'm kind of a spontaneous person, and that night I felt like, yeah, what the hell? I had permission, and so I did.
Yes.
But I like it when we go to the parties and they have those tastings.
Yes.
So that you can, see if you like it. And the last time we went to the spanking guy. But I don't think he gave me a real good tasting.
Yeah, I think he was going gentle on you.
Yeah. Because I told him I'd never done it before. But I want to try that a little bit more intense. I do want to do the suspension, but I want to do the hooks. So I don't think I'll find anybody willing to do that at the party.
Probably not.
So, I don't know, it kind of depends on the party and what's going on and the mood I'm in. I would like to do the, try some breast bonding.
Yes.
There's just so many things that are running through my mind right now, and then,
Yeah, you should see her. I'm fucking out.
Because there's...
Well, one of the problems we have is often the parties are on show night. And a lot of events. So, if we go to these, we'll have to reschedule the show for a different day.
Yes.
Maybe the day after or something.
Then we can bring you a report and, tell you what we did and how we liked it and,
Yeah, because we're ready to branch out and get out into the world.
Yep.
So that'll be fun.
And we do have people that will help us with this in a non-sexual way. It won't be, no sex adventures, just, trying things.
Oh, I have some exciting news.
Oh, do tell.
No pun intended, Swirls, but I can hook you up with someone in Oregon that's very good at that.
Ooh.
And that comes from Wandering Biker. So we'll get in touch with you after the show.
Yeah.
And it should be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. See, I don't think I could do those big old shark hooks. Meat hooks.
No, that sounds like fun.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd just be afraid that it'd rip through my skin and I'd fall splat right on my face. Which would be funny for everyone watching. Not so much for me. But we'd finally get a good hospital visit. And he has he would trust him to do it. He's a close friend of Wandering Biker. So we'll get in touch with Wandering Biker on that one afterwards.
Yeah, because I trust Wandering Biker. I trust his judgment.
Yes. And then, okay, so one of the things, and this is exciting. Freaky Cub Girl is here with us.
Oh!
Hi, Freaky! Woo! And she actually brought this one topic to us, and it's so funny that she's here this evening, because she brought this topic that we're going to be touching upon, and we're hoping we have to actually get out to the store to look and everything, and we'll be snapping photos, and we can tell you what we come up with, but she went to a craft store. I'm not sure if you remember this, but she was in the beads section. There were these big beads, and I'm thinking anal beads right away.
Mm-hmm.
And what she was sending, and I guess she was thinking the same thing. I'm not sure, but so she said craft store to find, because we always have the Dom Depot,
mm-hmm.
which is Home Depot or the hardware store, but the craft store for women to find things to make kink items with.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah, and maybe we'll even make a kink item and give it away on the show.
Ooh.
Handcrafted by your very own host.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was another thing. And we were talking about the milking, and we want to find out, what exactly, and again, not the prostate milking, but how you get started, how you do with the milk, what you do with it, what's the appeal, how to find women that want this, and, how they get into milking, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
And I'm wondering if a lot of them do it just to make their boobs bigger.
Yeah, that is one of the perks of, well, maybe milking.
Yeah,
it was breastfeeding. Being pregnant in general.
I didn't dig pregnancy at all. So we have the craft store coming up. We're going to do the McKinsey thing. Kinsey, yeah. Okay, the Kinsey report, and we're going to tell you, how it got started and all that, and then we're going to do the orgasms, what makes a good orgasm, how to enhance them and stuff, which we'll probably be bringing up Edging and JelQing again.
Yep.
And that's what we had planned, and a lot of people tuned in late, but we can, I'm not sure if I brought this up last show, but my files on the recordings are somewhere in my computer. I just forgot how to find them. So
well, I know a certain someone who might be willing to help you.
Well, I already asked him. So, for those that missed the show with all the information, and you definitely want to hear about Tilly's Tales and Poopsies Oopsies on here, we'll be posting that as soon as possible. I want to get back to posting our stuff. We throw it up on FET, and we also throw it up on YouTube, which throws it up on our Twitter and
Reddit,
all our other things,
Instagram, all those good things.
So you will get it one way or the other.
Yes.
And then right now, we're gonna wrap up our show with our outro.
Well, before we do that, I'd like to remind people that for
our prize.
Yeah, our prize.
Yes, our prize.
Yes, and it's March and April.
March and April we're doing
March
it.
and April. You have lots of opportunities to win. It's one entry per show. Go to slavenationradio@gmail.com. Tell us something you like, and you're entered to win. And it's going to be, our giveaway is a set of personalized handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
And one side will say Slave Nation, the other side will have the name of your choice. And these are very high quality handcuffs.
Yes.
So don't forget to enter. It's a good prize. We can't wait to give it away.
That's right.
So,
and you know what the bonus of this prize is? Because everyone knows how I love to save $1. Is we will just have them directly shipped to you from the person who makes them.
yes.
So, which is a bonus for everyone listening, because Wandering Biker can attest to this. I hate going to the post.
Yes.
And I'm really sorry about it, but I'm always slacking on getting off to the post.
We hate the post office.
Yeah, it's not a fun place.
I don't know why we dislike it so much. We just
I don't know. Well, the only time it's really fun going is when the Ulta magazine comes out. Go figure. So are we forgetting anything? And anyone tuning in that hasn't done so already, like our station. It gives us some perks. All you have to do is go by the little star and hit like. Yep. And we'll see you next week. We'll have more topics. We thought we had enough to fill up the 3 hours, but we didn't. But we're going to continue with music going on. And we'll, stay tuned in and enjoy it. And we have a new room we gather in on Caller Space, the Beaten Path. Come on over to Caller Space, get in the chat rooms, join us in chat. Everyone chats while we're flapping our jaws on the radio. And it's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
And we thank everyone for tuning in, and all the people.
Yeah, and thank you for your great feedback. Thank you, Wandering Biker.
Yes. And so, okay, I got to go to music now. And we'll be back next week, and we're really kind of tired. We had stayed up too late. So here we are. We're going to the outro, and we will be back next week. And we're going to leave music on for you.
Yep. Good night, everybody.